Welcome to another unboxing review. I didn't think I would be reviewing this figure for a number of reasons. For one, I couldn't find them at stores. I saw a review that wasn't too kind to these figures. Looks very similar to the retro collection Cobra Commander that came with Duke, which I've unboxed and reviewed on this channel. Did I really want to pay 20 bucks on a figure that looks very close to another figure I already have? And last of all, he is sold out on the website. But I got lucky on a recent trip with my family, and when I saw him, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna pay 20 bucks for a figure that looks like a figure I already have and might be inferior to it. So I'm gonna try and have a complete and thorough review of it. Hopefully at the end, I don't feel like I overspent. Taking a look at the card from top to bottom, I love this. This is very throwback. G.I. Joe logo, you got Cobra the enemy, you've got Cobra Commander, and then you've got a beautiful clear view of the action figure that you're buying. Now on the back, you've got a list of the figures that you can potentially collect, and then you've got a great file card. Unlike the retro classified series Cobra Commander that I recently unboxed, this is a file card. Before I unbox it, let's compare the packaging to other packagings, starting off with the other Super 7 action figures. As you see, it is the same art on the front, but I like this a lot more than this Super Cobra Commander with his cape and his staff, or this real nice packaging that has a reflective face mask, the art of G.I. Joe, but also that back metallized faceplate. Although Super 7 did give us sort of the white trimming around the card, this is the white trimming around the card that we were asking for. And I know it looks like it's lacking something, but it's only because they've only released 4 of the ReAction Plus figures. Got a bunch of the regular ReAction figures here, and this one was one of the earlier releases, so it only has 8 figures. I want to point out the file card. They're all the same. It says everything. The text, everything is fantastic. But before we move along, the regular release bubbles don't have that little extra piece to help them stand. This new one, it does. I have to take out my 25th anniversary Cobra Commander just to compare the cards, the artwork mostly. Yeah, that looks pretty menacing and it's classic, but this, he looks like he's ready to take over the world. I'm loving this artwork. And now on the back. Like I said earlier, only 4 figures. Right here, they already got a good bunch of great figures going. But the file card, once again, it says the same exact thing. I'm loving this guy. And just to compare the card to an original card, I brought out my original beat up Lifeline, and why not a Fun School Crocmaster. Check out the white trimming around the card. That looks nice. And the artwork, man, the artwork fits in perfectly with both of them. And now on the back, well, there is no comparison to the original. Check this out. This is awesome. He really beats out that Fun School version, especially with that file card. After comparing them, I'm in love with this card, man. The back of the card, it is lacking characters, but maybe there'll be many more. Oh, and one little thing I overlooked includes Commander Pistol, Grenade Pistol. I'm really messing up this card. That's not too bad. Let's smell him. So he doesn't smell like a brand new toy, but he does smell like new plastic. This is a different type of smell. Let's take a look at his accessories. I'm not sure if this is the Commander Pistol or the Grenade Pistol. I don't think grenades can be launched through that small little barrel, so this might be the Commander Pistol. Although his weapons look nothing like the toy version. You gotta remember, this figure is based on the cartoon, so this pistol, both of them look like something he probably used on the cartoon. The colors are beautiful. They're super vibrant. And since he's based on the animated series, this looks like the cartoon just popped out of my TV. The head sculpt looks just like this one, so they might have just modified the base of the head to fit these new O-ring bodies. Or maybe they didn't even have to do that. I'm gonna open this guy up. We'll see what the base of the head looks like. So checking out his articulation, he's got side to side movement on the head. No ball joint there. Shoulders all the way around. He's got that G.I. Joe swivel arm. Elbow, of course he's got the waist, thigh, knee. All the joints feel pretty smooth. But there's something about the shoulders, they feel just a little weak. Something off with the way his upper torso fits to his waist piece. Kind of clicks in there. Feels like he's kind of leaning. But looking at him sideways, he's not. The plastic does feel just a little cheap. Honestly feels more like a fun school figure. And he also feels a little light. So my original Cobra Commander was turning green, and I decided to help stop that process. I put him in peroxide and in the sun, and what it did, it just made it worse. The weight. He weighs just a little bit more than this guy. Heck yeah, this guy looks so much better, but because look at the way this guy looks. I love the gloves. How they go up his forearm. Oh man, I can see so much of this guy in this guy. There is no knife on the side of his thigh there, but look at how the pants go over his shoes. This extra belt is also there. That's one thing I was looking for, to see if one of these guns that he came with fit on the back just like the original. Height wise, check it out. It's perfect. Look at that belt buckle. Why? How did I not notice it before? And I'm loving the way that Cobra symbol looks on him. The retro Cobra Commander. I love both of them. This one because, well, for one thing, they colored in the rivets on his shoulders, which they didn't on this one. Also on the elbows. The paint job on this one is cartoon accurate as this one. But the whole look, well, he, of course, is molded after the original Cobra Commander, whereas this one, it looks more like the cartoon. I was gonna try and find something to pick at on this guy, and at this moment, I can't find really anything negative to say about this guy. All right, I found it. Lack of texture in the pants, lack of texture, basically his whole body. I'm seeing, look at all the texture on this Cobra Commander's legs. This one, of course, is the same thing. Then look at the texture on his arms. Look at the texture on the back. You've got creases, wrinkles. You've got nothing on this one. Although this one, he seems to have this oversized head. This one's a little more realistic. The texture left on this one, look at that. He's missing any real texture on him. Okay, he's got some right here on his pelvis. That's nice. But his legs almost look like tubes. This ReAction Plus figure, although he looks very cartoon accurate, he's also reminding me of those Cobra Commander robots. And just because I got the original gun out here, this one's probably the closest one to compare to this one, because this one doesn't look like it at all. There's very minimal detail on both of these, especially compared to this one right here, the original. Actually, let's see how they fit in this one. His hands are kind of molded in a way where both of them have this kind of like, instead of a circular mold like the original, kind of like a square molding to the hand so that the guns fit just nice. That looks really good. Really, really good. I said it previously, he looks like the cartoon just popped out of my TV. Hey, there's a little bit of a definition right here on his clothing. That looks nice. I feel kind of bad that I'm gonna open this guy up. No, there's no grip. I can't, but I'm gonna put some super glue on him, put one of these screwdrivers in there, leave it there for a bit, and see if I could finally pop this guy open. And it didn't. I really wanted to compare the insides of all of them, as when I unboxed and reviewed the retro Cobra Commander, I opened them up and compared the insides and saw that it's slightly different to the original. I don't know if that was by design by Super 7 to put stripped screws in them. Maybe they just didn't want people to find out what they're made of. My final thoughts on this Super 7 ReAction Plus Cobra Commander. He is badass. I really, really like this guy. I didn't think I was gonna like him this much. There are a few negatives, like not enough detail on the pants, on the clothing, and well, the legs looking like tubes. And then the number one thing is that stripped screw on his back. So in 10 years when I have to replace his O-ring, it's gonna be very difficult to try to pop this guy open. Because of the lack of ball joint at the neck, his head only moves side to side, but that's not really that bad. Compared to the retro Cobra Commander, he doesn't stop looking good. He still looks great. The colors, I think, are perfect. Check out that Cobra symbol. It really pops. It honestly pops more than the retro Cobra Commander. And if you want to stick with your Hasbro Cobra Commander, you could definitely use this ReAction Plus Cobra Commander as a robot Cobra Commander, just like the episode Funhouse. Because he's an O-ring and he's the same size as all the other regular O-ring figures, he fits right in with the rest of your collection. And maybe buy two, because like I said, that packaging is really badass. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. I really do hope you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate your support. Don't send me any money. I don't have any Patreon, so if you could, please just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and maybe share. If you can check out, maybe click this video, or maybe even click whatever that is right here. What is that? How did it get here? Bye!